New laws for 2013. There are 3 new law changes and a number of modifications to interpretations. The 3 law changes are 1. Forceful contact below the knees. 2. Separation of ruckman at stoppages. 3. Umpires to throw the ball up around the ground. Forceful contact below the knees. A free kick will now be awarded against any player under existing law 15.4.5A2, prohibited contact. Makes contact with any part of their body with an opposition player below the knees. This does not apply to smothers with the hands or arms. In 2013, umpires are instructed to award a free kick against any player who makes forceful contact below the knees of an opponent with any part of their body. Players may also be reported for rough conduct or referred to the match review panel if their actions are deemed to be unreasonable or unnecessary in the circumstances. These free kicks are an extension of the sliding knees and feet first free kicks, which were introduced during season 2012. Players are encouraged to remain on their feet when attempting to take possession of the ball.
Like a pinball through the traffic beautifully. Daniel Kerr gets the ball first, then spins.
If players do elect to slide or dive for the ball, they cannot make any contact to their opponent below the knees. Otherwise, a free kick will be paid. The following examples are of forceful contact below the knees and will be paid as free kicks in 2013. In the first example, Reid of GWS slides in and makes forceful contact with Collier below the knees. Westhoff dives at the ball and makes forceful contact to Marston below the knees. McPhee dives with a forceful action and makes contact with Thomas below the knee. Murphy dives for the ball and in the process makes forceful contact below the knees. Ellis dives for the ball and makes forceful contact below the knees of Pearce. Geary dives for the ball and makes forceful contact below the knees of Goldsack. Simpkin dives for the ball and in the process makes forceful contact below the knees of Watts of Melbourne. Morris dives for the ball and makes forceful contact with Corns below the knees. Caddy dives for the ball and in the process makes forceful contact with Pendlebury, which will be penalised. Smothering with hands and arms is acceptable. In these examples, Mackie and Shaw smother their opponent's kick. The following are examples of players sliding knees or feet first into their opponent's body and will continue to be paid as free kicks and may be reported or referred to the match review panel in 2013. Goods slides in feet first and makes contact with Hunt. Thomas slides in feet first and makes contact with Rowan.
Oh,
Wow.
Look away.
Yeah, gee.
Mitchell slides in knees first and makes contact with Reid. Broughton slides into Swallow knees first and makes contact and should have been penalised.
Sliding in, gee,
Jeez, we've
very
seen that
similar to
before.
what we've seen before, isn't it?
Goods and Surgeon both slide in knees first for the ball. However, a free kick was awarded against Goods as he was second to the ball and made contact with his knees to Surgeon. Separation of ruckman at stoppages. The law now requires the ruckman to be separated by at least 1 metre prior to the ball leaving the umpire's hand. Ruckmen are encouraged to play the ball and not the man. Umpires will call for ruck nomination if there is uncertainty over who is the designated ruckman at the stoppage for each team. If a team fails to nominate a ruckman, in this situation, the umpire may award a free kick for failing to follow an umpire's instruction. Third man up is still allowable under this interpretation. In this example, Jacobs and Dawes are separated by more than 1 metre and contest the ruck in accordance with the law. Hill and Pike are separated by at least 1 metre at a boundary throw-in. Throwing the ball up around the ground. The umpire will continue to bounce the ball at the start of each quarter and after goals have been scored. However, in season 2013, when a field umpire calls for a ball up around the ground, the ball will be thrown up on all occasions. Once the field umpire has the ball in his hands, they have been instructed to throw the ball up as soon as practical. Interpretation changes 2013. Interpretation changes have also been made for season 2013. Stronger protection of the ball player at ground level, stricter enforcement of protected area, paying free kicks for blocking infringements and interfering in marking contests. Stricter interpretation of holding the ball. Free kick against a player for dragging or pushing the ball back under their opponent as per previous NAB Cup trials. Kicking in from full back, reduced time allowed for kick in to 5 to 6 seconds from when flags have been waved.